What's going on, people? Welcome to the train. Sometimes I feel a lot more free without a car, but I know at some point I'm going to want to get one. So when I get my money in order, I'll definitely get a third car. It's be my car number 3. But I drove in over 7 different cars. I mean, when I was in Florida, this guy, you know what? I don't want to tell that part. I don't want to tell that story. I should say I drove in a truck when I shouldn't have been driving. But anyway, welcome to the train. And today is March 30th. March 30th, 2 days from April Fool's. It's April Fool's Eve. I don't know if you celebrate April Fool's. It's not like a holiday. We get a day off. It's not like a federal holiday. But there were 3 people that died around this time. Two of their deaths were considered like a hoax. And one death you could sort of consider it a hoax if it wasn't reported that he died earlier that day. But I thought it was a joke. So I'll go to the first one. I'll do it in order. So back in 1984, Marvin Gaye was shot by his father, right? And he wound up dying. My mom when she heard it on the news, everybody around her thought it was a joke because they'd be like, why would his dad shoot him? Marvin Gaye died on the 2nd. But when there was reports that he died, he was shot by his father, people believed that it was an April Fool's joke. And I'm sorry if I'm turning around. That's because I'm just waiting for the bus if it's going to ride past me. Don't think I'm ducking a fade from like a gang that's extorting me. Don't think because I got these shades on, I got punched in the face. I'm trying to see if the bus is coming or not. But there ain't nobody after me. I don't owe nobody no money. And then if I did, I would pay them. I'll get on a payment plan. But Marvin Gaye was shot by his daddy, and his daddy wound up getting off. And his dad was jealous of him. His dad was jealous of his success. But Marvin Gaye had to go back home with his parents, like me, because he fucked his money up. But that's the first one people thought was a hoax. See, he died on a bad day where people don't take shit serious. Number 2. So this person, you could say, was unsung only until he died. He gained like a cult following. And your people probably never heard of this comedian. His name is Mitch Hedberg. Mitch Hedberg was famous for his one-liners. When I was 15, I was obsessed with like stand-up comedy. I still am a little bit, but I was trying to research every comedian on Wikipedia, on YouTube, and something drew me to him and his one-liners. Now, Mitch also did a little bit of voiceover work. I remember him on a couple episodes of Home Movies. That was a good show on Adult Swim. So Mitch constantly made jokes about drug abuse and getting clean and alcohol addiction, and that's what ended up being his demise. He died of a mixture of cocaine and heroin, an overdose on drugs. But he died a couple days before April Fool's. He died today, 20 years ago, and people thought that it was a joke, because back in the day there was no social media, there was no phones. So his death probably was announced, like I said, a lot later. And when it was announced, they were like, that's just him fucking around. And it turned out he really died. Like I said, he has a little bit of a following. But like I said, he was pretty much like unsung most of his career. Because most comedians are known if they're on TV, like they're starring in their own show, or they're doing movies. So he's a funny dude. He has a little bit of a when he was on home movies, I thought he was black, honestly. I thought he was black when he was on home movies. And last, we have Nipsey Hussle. So people didn't think that this was a joke, but I did. Because when he was shot on the 31st, my mom woke me up. She just knocked on my door and she told me that Nipsey Hussle died. I knew who he was. I knew who he was, but I didn't really get into his music. And when she said he died, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was April Fool's joke. She said he was shot and killed. I was like, for real? And I'm just thinking about, for what? I was in my room, the same one that I did my video in about my own drug addiction. Well, not addiction, but my own experimentation with drugs. And she woke my ass up and said, Nipsey Hussle died. I was like, is this some kind of joke? And I didn't have a phone. All I had was a laptop. And I go on my laptop and they were like, yeah, he died. He was shot and killed. So those are 3 people that died around a time where people don't take shit very serious.